Raising his hands, Jeevek began to chant to release the being inside the core.
Prison of stone and power of youth, restore the light that was once in use. Begin again in the original form, to rebel against your create.
Suddenly, a blunt impact cracked against the side of Jeevek's head as Putzle lunged forward. The two locked together, muscles straining as they shoved each other back and forth over the cold, unyielding stone. They wrestled with desperate fury, a sudden storm of limbs and raw aggression. As they fought, a jarring transformation took hold. Jeevek's eyes flared, burning with an eerie, dark light that seemed to swallow the shadows around them. Seeing that malevolent glow, Putzle realized the chilling truth. For the very first time, he was fighting his own former skin. But Putzle wasn't defenseless. Deep within Alex's eyes, a piercing, small white light began to ignite. With it came a sudden, inexplicable surge of power, an otherworldly strength that seemed to materialize out of nowhere, leveling the playing field as the battle raged on.
I don't know how much longer this is going to hold up.
Oh, now you see the problem with human flesh. It just won't do. Too bad you don't have an elite skin to use. Oh wait, you did. Just give up and die already.
With a low mechanical rumble, the core began to overheat, hissing violently as it vented plumes of thick red and black steam into the air. Inside the containment unit, the mysterious being stirred. A guttural growl vibrated through the glass, and its shadowy eyes darted erratically from side to side, tracking movement like a trapped fish pacing its tank. The chaotic battlefield was finally falling quiet. Having cut down the last of the disembodied, the team didn't waste a single second. Weaponry drawn and breathing heavily, they quickly fanned out, closing the distance until they had Jeevek completely surrounded.
This is over. Give up the skin and we will let you go back to Sheol, because you're not going to stay on this planet.
I would rather die than give in to any of you.
Team on me, release firebomb.
In unison, a single deafening roar echoed through the chamber. Tathir al-Nar. The words, an ancient invocation for purging fire, rippled with sudden power. Instantly, the eyes of everyone in the circle ignited, burning brightly with their own distinct signature colors. But the spectrum didn't last long. The vibrant hues began to bleed together, shifting and intensifying into a blinding, brilliant white light that completely illuminated the dark cavern. A shockwave of pure, white energy detonated outward, consuming the room in a flash of absolute radiance. As the light finally faded and the smoke cleared, the aftermath of the power released was laid bare. Nearly everyone was left standing, but the battlefield had completely shifted. Jeevek had been forcibly ripped from his vessel, left hovering outside of Putzle's skin. Nearby, Putzle himself had been violently knocked out of Alex's body. What remained of the other disembodied members and Jeevek had been transformed. The darkness holding them together had shattered, leaving only their true, vulnerable human forms behind. Since they were now entirely severed from a physical host, they were all fading, the bodiless essence withering and dying in the wake of the purging fire. The team moved with frantic urgency. They quickly gathered Putzle's essence and ushered him back into his own body. But as they knelt down to check on Alex, dread settled over the group. He had been burned badly by the blast, and though his chest rose and fell with shallow breaths, he lay completely motionless on the stone floor.
I'll get the van. We gotta get him to a hospital. The human doctors will know what to do.
The core is no longer moving, and the eyes, well, they are closed again. All is well with the world.
What about Alex?
The van doors flew open, and Faith and Trinity emerged, carefully but urgently carrying Alex's badly burned, motionless body inside the vehicle. The ride was a tense blur of adrenaline and fear, but they finally made it to the hospital, rushing him into the emergency room. Find out what happens in the next episode.